call me fuego. 93 like me, fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. It's okay though, she know way home. Better life on the day,
Brought to you by Intel, where gaming happens. We are live into this one, Rich. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to see, but my mind cannot help but get excited by the prospect of Virtus Pro. They had a stand-in coming into this, right? Like, this is not their main roster traditionally, and yet they are still delivering numbers after numbers. They are putting up kills, they are getting wins, they are pushing this lobby hard. Gen.G are on their tail, sure. Oath not too far behind, sure. FAZE becoming a little absent today, but the story for me is this could be their big international win we've been waiting to put beside them in those accolades.
And just by this game alone, by this entire 5 games, should I say, this weekend, they could quite easily almost double what the next person down in total prize money earned has come thus far. Like, we've got 4 AM, we've got infantry, 50, 40 grand respectively. Like, this next 2 matches are so vital to them. If they do capitalize on the buffer that Steve spoke about, the 20 points, they're going to bag 100k. That is a phenomenal feat for a team that's kind of had its struggles, little ups and downs towards the start of it. You know, new territories, new levels of play. But now is really finding its feet. It's going to have some work to do, given where they have dropped down. VP all the way to the top of Zaki. Ents are going to be in abundance also. Circle, it's not too far from them. Week 8. You know, we're running for money here. We've not got a trophy going to be... Oh, Navi, you've just landed here. This is hot territory once again. You love a good pull-up. I know we kind of critiqued playing Edge, but now you're living life on the Edge because Zenith's already here, ready to receive rock and roll. They've lost 2. Back to back. Make that 3 as another one's gone down. Coming out from Besto. Open the windows. That's good. 1-2, thank you. But instantly just punched back in the face. And this time it's from a different team. Venotica from Daytrade comes in. Understands what's going on over here. You make a lot of noise, you're going to garner a lot of attention. Flash also following up onto Shimboy. Okay, so 2 of them at least been stolen away from here, but Navi, I just feel so sorry for them. They look like a broken and lost team.
They truly do, and also in a way for Zenith, because they are receiving attention from just about every lobby. So Kickstart was feeling maybe he could do... Oh, Kemba!
Oh, boy.
This could be all but over. So who dies first? There we go. And Kickstart now. Did you... Okay. I thought he just went to his own mind, but no, it was Daytrade that was shooting from further afield. Circle Gaming might be actually helping out a little bit towards VP not getting too much attention, too much pressure. Liquid in trouble, though. They need to try and hold down these compounds. BL's trying to, and they're trying to drive by. It's Clip doing it better. JN goes down. Turtle goes down. Clip comes online. That's the man you want to be seeing for Liquid. Liquid fans finally can have something to sing about in chat, but Hiruzen just got knocked.
Let's take into account that Clib's just been fed an AWM. Like, there is a man who can bolt action and frag out. It's Clib. So Liquid have just been force-fed some points here and a bit of a lifeline. Circle has been extremely favorable to them as well. VP still struggling out in the blue, and MCG is not giving up on this. I think they're just going to strangulate them because there's nothing they can do. There's nowhere for them to go. This is the scenario that bigger picture fans of PUBG would love to see. Your top leader going into the final game goes out early, opens up the scoreboard for everybody to claim victory. Like, the cards are going down how we would, as a show, like to see it, but for VP, it's heartbreaking. This 20-point buffer is about to be taken from them, and there's nothing they can do about it.
It still needs Gen.G, or I'd say Oath to have a good game. Yes, good, but I feel that's volatile. Fire is in trouble. He looks like he's about dead. The spray is sketchy, and again, it is just Spyro. He's just trying to live, but that may not be an option here. The fire comes in from shoot to kill. Who's going to claim it pretty much at this point? There we go. It's done. VP down in 12th. Here we go. Game on. Right. You now need to climb. As said, someone like FaZe or Motorcycle Gaming could do this, but I feel they're too volatile as a team right now. Oath or Gen.G, however, that's a different matter altogether. Gen.G are poised to start building points. Excellent positioning. Daytrade not too far away either. They can do some damage. Oath is like patient. Look at this. They're there it is, looking from up above, using that high ground so well, and that's a couple more points being put to the pocket, and that gap getting a little bit smaller.
You had to call for it, didn't you? You had to call for Gen.G to come online. The death squad is sent up in tandem. 2 players move out. Teams comes in with a belter of an aid clip. Follows up, though, onto Gen.G with the AW1. We'll pause for a second because we've got a different pull-up altogether. Ents, unfortunately, found themselves in the transition of STK. Mutual destruction on both sides. All these teams were kind of looking at the top. STK may be just a bridge too far, but still, they're lurking within Gen.G. They're lurking within Team Liquid territory. This is easy points, should you be able to find it. 5th place goes down. Another position potentially opened up. For STK, where do you go from this one? This will be AWM versus AWM. Clib on one side, Halo on the other. I mean, hell, if STK end up running at Team Liquid and dying at that compound, Liquid is absolutely geared through the mind. Certainly, his ears will be ringing after that one. The big boy gun cracks off. And it looks like FaZe, well, they're taking the opportunity to push on the knock.
Yeah, FaZe gonna move up here, try and maybe find their way on the south. I'm not sure how much they feel they can get up here. Okay, they've got the flush. What do they do with this? Gustav's already off. So again, see where he takes this one. Oath looking for their opportunity, but Multi-Circle Gaming are farming kills, by the way. They've got 4 already, and they are happy to take fights. They are putting up a very, very diligent effort to this. Make that 5 kills now. They are on the climb. They've now got themselves into that same bracket as Oath and Gen.G, but they have to continue now against those teams, whereas Gen.G have, you know, been making their appearance, but they haven't been able to garner too many points just yet. Just 1 kill confirmed. So for them, it's still within touching distance here, and Pack Caps is going to hear all of this. But what does he do with it? They could be like a knife in the back here, unless Evil Lee stays around as well, seemingly aware of each other's position to defend. And there's the spray, Evil Lee, bit of a trade out. It looks like Evil Lee was coming off the worst, but again, relatively close between the two. Evil Lee, I'd say, honestly, at this point, move up with your squad. You're in a better position to reinforce up there. Freaks do go down. That's PO garnering a point. There we go. Gen.G starting their building as well.
Everyone else just have to come out from the safety of the buildings that they've been fortifying for quite some time. A good move from FaZe Clan on the southern side of the circles now give them basically a field to work with. It puts them in line of sight of T1. Maybe within Oath eventually. For now, FaZe just needs to kind of backbuild and pick up as many frags as possible. They've been quite quiet thus far in this game, and understandably so. But now we might see them come online, especially with T1 in full, clear vision. Oath will be the next point of contact, but Oath have got problems of their own. Look at MCG, they're wrapping into this one. We've got a 4-way battle going down. Whoever comes out of this one, basically be holding this side of the circle. It's the whole domino effect, Lawrence.
Everyone's just falling on towards this side. Liquid are getting in the vehicles. They're coming over this way. They want to clear up as well. They want the points. They want the kills. So far, it's Oath to be claiming them. Evil Lee is the one to be fallen. And now Uber's making his appearance from north and south. Both of the two teams who are on the chase here are being pressured. There is no safety anymore. He's going to knock and flush Evil Lee. Jeems now finds Ling Du. That's Multi-Circle Gaming looking a little rough around the edges at this point. Oath are trying to stay alive, keep their heads down for a second if they can, and let the big boys fight over what's left of Multi-Circle Gaming. The name comes in. Is it good? Not deep. It doesn't quite find the target, but it does get the flush. The barrel's just fine, though, as that does some good work. And there we go. Liquid flexing a little here towards the end of it. And Multi-Circle Gaming from kind of 0 to 0. They were doing work, and now they're down to just 1. But that 1 is a tank, and Balefrost is looking weak in comparison. Tank now has to play this so perfectly, though. He's got 2 more targets to find. Maybe just a hero Molotov. It's good. It's pretty good. Rello's burning. Snake is now on the back foot trying to play a deeper angle, but Clip might get vision on this. Tank could be the downfall of Oath here just by himself. He's switching over the old positions. Do they know it? Yes, they do. Snake is well and truly aware. Multi-Circle Gaming go down. Oath to live, to fight on. But they've taken casualties just down to 2, whereas Gen.G stays strong with 4.
Now it's time for Liquid to make their move and honestly make their mark, because no matter which way they go, they're going to have a battle on their hands. 2 different fronts, 2 different areas. Oath on the back line, Gen.G on the front. And look at how fanned out Gen.G are. We talk about ground control. We talk about map control. The question is, do you spread your resources too thin here? You have to be aware that FaZe could still backbuild and still maybe just creep this circle edge around you. Oath have no idea what's about to be waiting for them round this corner. That should be a one and done. I'd see will fall. Easy revivable. We've got Uber just there with the smoke. So an easy get up and crack on here. I'm just trying to take stock of this one because Tiamba's lurking. Nades pulled, pinned, and away we go. Any knocks will be vital, but regardless, you have to push on this. With a 2 versus 4 scenario, this is... You've got to make your stance. This is your last stance, because if you don't, FaZe will take this avenue of approach towards you and punish you.
FaZe. Take your fight. Alright, it looks like they're going towards Tiamba. And some shot on one of Mings is in no man's land, but it's actually a Lin Shun to be caught off first by Gustav. There's the flush to follow. Yep, done. That's another one in the pocket. We've got big teams left that can play endgames very well. Liquid, Gen.G, FaZe. There's some experienced players now coming out. Liquid on the push here, but FaZe actually not in a bad spot to fight. Gustav's gotten close and they have no idea. Look at the damage he's done. The nade followed. Didn't go down. Liquid overextended. They have been punished. Oh, dearie me, Liquid. And now while all this happens, Gen.G, the grin just growing on their face, ear to ear at this point. Liquid thought they had it in the bag, but absolutely not.
Mexy's no idea what happened. His team has just been mullered. And now with that bullet, that'll be the audible cue that FaZe Clan may have needed.
Right,
I can't believe FaZe have taken such a big jump. I mean, hell, from them downwards, like, it's still been pretty close. Multi-Circle Gaming got themselves up there. Oath came into this pretty high up, so they've done well also. The question is, do they understand where Gen.G will be making their stance? Look at how spread out they are. Inonix out towards the blue, down south. Esther's creeping round as well. Tiamba, nothing much you can do about this with the molly down. That's another team gone. It moves into a 3 versus 4. Smokes are up for Inonix because he needs to make the cross. He's waited too long here. Now the blue will force the principal move from him. The pincer, finally. The nade, a little bit too far. Does a fair amount of damage, because it's got stabbed back. But they want this one, Lauren. They're aggressively getting involved in this one. Do FaZe realize what's about to hit them?
I think they now know they are in all kinds of trouble. Gen.G want this fight and they want it bad, but overstepping. Gustav with a punish on one, but Loki, the spray is excellent. Takes down 80, but couldn't quite convert towards the other. Now Fuzzface isolates Esther. FaZe are finally giving it back. Gen.G may be underestimating their opponents here. FaZe, the European giant, for years now, finally finding the form in the right time. And Nonix now in danger, surrounded. They pushed it, they thought they had it, and FaZe take it away from them.
It is a Sunday. If there was ever a team that could pull the unthinkable, it would be the powerhouse that is FaZe Clan. Gen.G, they push on what they think is an advantageous opportunity. FaZe look weakened, FaZe look a little bit down, but they answer back with full force. And all of a sudden, my word, to go into the final game of today, we have a phenomenal last match ahead of us. The teams up at the top, it couldn't be any tighter when we talk about points. 73, 80, 84. Touching distance of one another, and only 4 points separates 2 teams at the top between themselves and $100,000. This is what we want from a World Championship performance. This is what we want from a World Championship tournament. We couldn't ask for a better ending. And my word, with this next game we're about to see unfold beneath us.